Please turn your cameras on now that class has started, please. Okay, Mia, how did you celebrate the Mid-Autumn Festival this week? Let's start off with you. Mia? Okay, I think Mia's not here right now. What about Elena? Elena, are you there?
Uh, we go to uh my grandpa's home, and we together eat food uh food, and we play together.
That's great. What games did you play? Was it games? Was it board games?
Mm, uh, uh, I can uh, uh can you, say again?
Can you say that again?
Yeah,
Okay. What did you eat? Did you have mooncakes?
yeah,
What's your favorite flavor?
无人
Okay, that's great. Thank you for sharing. Hold on. I can't see the members list. Is it just Elena and Mia right now? And then
Uh, Leighton, are you here?
that's isn't that
Uh,
her mom? His mom? Their mom?
yeah, that's it. That's it. All right, moving on.
Okay. So
So
today we're gonna read a book called The Dog and the Bone by Anne Whale. So how this is gonna work is one of us is going to read some of it, and then one of you is going to repeat after us. Yuhan.
chapter one, lucky day. It was a warm, sunny day. Dog felt lucky. He stuck his nose in a pile of leaves. Dog felt something. All right, Elena, can you read that back to me?
It was a warm, sunny day. Dog felt lucky. He stuck his nose in a pile of leaves. Dog felt something.
Good. Your pronunciation's really good. All right.
Okay. He said, I believe it is a bone. He pushed away the colorful leaves with his nose. Dog was right. It was a bone. Elena, can you repeat that?
He said, I believe it is a bone. He pushed away a colorful leaves with his nose.
And then the next sentence, or the last sentence.
The dog was right. It was a bone.
Okay, great job. Do you like dogs? Oh, you're on mute.
I like dog.
Do you prefer dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Okay, me too. Let's go on to the next slide.
Okay. Dog was fond of his bones. He liked big bones best, and this bone was huge. Dog said, today is my lucky day. He picked up the bone. And okay, Elena, can you read that back to me?
Dog was fond of bones. He liked big bones best, and this bone was huge. Dog said, "Today is my lucky day." He picked up the bone.
Okay, then, oh, chapter 2, A New Way Home. Then Dog saw some other dogs. The other dogs were watching him. They looked hungry. They wanted his bone. Okay, Elena, so Why does dog think it is his lucky day today?
Because he found a huge bone.
Okay, great. Do you know what the word watching means? That is one of the vocab words.
Uh, like look at people or things.
That's great. Yeah, that's exactly what it means. Okay, is Mia, are you there? Okay, Mia's still gone.
All right.
So,
All
dog did
right.
not want to fight. He decided to take his bone home. He would lie in the sun and feast on it there. Elena.
Dog did not want to fight. He decided to take his bone home. He would lie in the sun and fast on it here.
Okay, that's great. And that word that's boxed in pink is pronounced feast. Can you repeat that?
Feast.
That's great. Yuhan?
Oh, we have a new student. Could you turn on your camera for us? All right. Okay, it's okay. Um, but Dog was far away from home. He decided to try a new way to get home. Maybe it would be faster. Dog ran through fields and past trees and houses. He saw a cat on a fence, but decided not to chase it. All right. Mia, are you here? Sorry, Elena. Can you read that again?
Okay. But dog was far from home. He decided to try a new way to get home. Maybe it would be faster. Dog ran through fields and past trees and house. He saw a cat on a fence but decided not to chase.
All right. Do you know what fields means? Because that's
Uh,
also
something like I don't know.
it's like a big grass plot.
Oh,
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Dog. Dog walked and walked until he came to a brook. The water looked cold and deep. Dog did not like to swim, so he looked for a way to cross. He saw a log bridge. Dog said, I think I can cross that old bridge. So, Elena, do you know what brook means?
mm, some like 小溪.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Dogs.
Do you know what a log is?
Log is mm, like woods made.
Yeah, okay, that's great. Yuhan?
All right, Dog stepped onto the bridge. It felt solid. Still, Dog was careful. He watched where he put his feet. Dog looked down. He saw something remarkable in the water. So do you know remarkable too, Elena?
Dog stepped onto the bridge. He felt solid still. Dog was carefully. He watched where he put his feet. Dog looked down he saw something remarkable in the water.
So that word you missed, it's solid. Do you know what it means?
Uh, like something
So
uh
in this sentence, it means like 结实. So the bridge was like solid.
oh
Yeah.
Yes. Um, some Estelle said that Letten was here. Letten, can you hear us? Okay, I guess not. Okay, Elena, do you like swimming?
Yeah.
Um, are you are you afraid of heights?
Mm, yeah.
Like, are you afraid of being on a tall place?
Alright,
Yes.
let's move on. So, dog saw another dog. The other dog was looking at him, and he had a big bone too. Dog could not take his eyes off the other bone. It looked bigger and more delicious than the dog's bone. So, were you in the class where they went over figurative language, Elena?
Dog saw another dog. The other dog was looking at him, and he had a big bone, too. Dog could not take his eyes off the other bone. It looked bigger and more delicious than dog's bone.
So, Elena, the underlined portion could not take his eyes off. Do you know what type of figurative language that is?
就是他不能，就是他那个眼睛就是没移开，就是他一直看着这个东西，就
Yeah,
眼
yeah,
睛不
that's
太。
what it means, but like, there's a word for that, and it's called personification. It might be like in the advanced class, but yeah, just yeah.
Okay. Um, Dog said, I must have that bone. He tried to snatch the bone away from the other dog, but then Dog's bone fell out of his mouth. It made a huge splash and then sank under the water. Okay, Elena, so why do you think that the dog saw another dog that looked just like him, and then when he tried to grab the dog's bone, his actually
Uh,
dropped?
in the water dog is just this dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what the word for this means?
倒影。
Yeah, so that's the word for that in English is reflection. So like the
Oh,
image of you see in like the water is your reflection.
oh,
And do you know what the word snatch means?
呃，抢夺。
Okay, yeah, that's exactly right.
All right. Dog did not expect that to happen, but Dog did not care that he had lost his bone. He would get the other bigger bone instead. Why did Dog drop his bone?
Because he wants to pick another bone.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
But the other dog was no longer there. Dog looked for the bone. The bone was gone too. Where was it now?
嗯
Can you read that page, please?
but the other dog was not longer there. Dog looked for the bone. The bone was gone too. Where was it now?
Okay, that's great. Once again, your pronunciation is really good. So, where do you think the bone went?
The bone is gone because the dog's bone was gone.
So, what would you do if you were the dog? Would you look for it or would you give up on the bone?
Um, get out the bone.
So, you would go into the water and give and try to
Yeah.
get the bone? Okay,
Yes.
okay, that's a good answer.
Hey, Dog had lost his bone. Now he had nothing. Dog felt sad as he walked home. It was not his lucky day. Fables are stories with lessons. The lesson is called a moral. Here is the moral of this fable. Greed can lead us to lose what we already have. So, Elena, what lesson did the dog learn?
Uh, don't be greed.
Yeah, and what is like a lesson called? Using like the vocabulary that we learned today.
Um, moral, moral.
Yeah, good job. Alright, and can you read this page back to me, please?
Fables are stories with lessons. The lesson is called a moral. Moral. Here is the moral of this fable. We can let us to lost what we always already have.
Yeah, that was good, but it's the present tense of lead. So you say lead, not led, and lose. But that was really good. All right.
Okay, so I think that's the end of the story. So, Elena, can you summarize the story for us?
Mm,
Do you know what summarize means?
oh yeah. Mm, the dog was be greed and then his bone was gone and he and the lucky day became the not lucky day.
Okay, so what did you learn from that story?
Hmm, don't be greed uh and yeah, don't be greed.
Yeah, that's great. So next is our vocab. Um, so let's just read through these first. Um, can you pronounce each of these words, please?
Lucky, lucky, watching, feast, feast, fails, remarkable, remarkable, snatch, accept, expect, fables, moral, read.
Okay, that's great. I really like how you remembered that to correct your pronunciation on feast that I told you about. That was really great. And this is you struggled on this one a little bit. This is pronounced remarkable. Can you repeat that?
Remarkable.
Okay, that's great. Um, so can you make a sentence with each of these words, please?
Uh, Today is my lucky day,
Okay.
and uh, I'm watching TV every day.
Okay.
Feast. I like to eat feast. Um, um, the fells are good for dogs. Remarkable. I'm remarkable for the game.
Okay, so um you wouldn't use it like that for too much. I think it would be something more like um his performance was remarkable. Like his
Oh,
piano performance was remarkable. So like his piano performance was very good, you know?
yeah.
Okay, that's good. The next one.
Uh, Snatch. Uh, I won't snatch things to for and when every time expect I expect to play with my friend. Fables. I like to read fables stories.
I th
Moral.
Oh, Elena, that was great, but fables are stories, so you wouldn't really say like fable stories. it would just be like, I like to read fables.
Oh, I like to read fables.
Yeah, okay,
And
great.
moral, uh, each each fables have a moral.
Okay, great.
Greed, don't you be greedy.
Yeah, for that you would say don't be greedy
Oh, don't you be
because yeah.
greedy.
Okay. And then here's a quiz for um about the story. I think you'll do fine on this. You understood the story very well. Yuhan, do you want to do these?
All right, where did the dog find the bone, Elena?
Find the the leaves.
Yeah, good job. All right, where were the or why were the other dogs watching him?
Because they were hungry. They
Yeah,
want
yeah, good. Also, Jojo, are you here? I guess. All right, why did the dog decide to take his bone home?
uh because uh, because the dog didn't want to fight.
Good. What animal did the dog see on the fence?
A cat.
Oh. How did the dog try and cross the brook?
Uh, dog dog across the bridge.
Good. And do you remember the word he used to describe the bridge?
The bridge.
结实.
Oh yeah.
But do you remember the English word for that?
Mm,
Starts with the
well,
S.
solid.
Yeah, good job. All right, so what happened to the dog's bone?
Uh, uh, he dropped it into the water.
Good job. And last one, what is the moral of the story?
Uh, greed, greed and can lead us to lost what we already have.
Good job. All right, that's the end of the quiz. Oh,
No,
don't
it's not.
stop. Okay, so what did the dog actually see in the brook?
Mm, his own reflection.
Yeah. All right, you understood the story very well.
Yeah.
S- what is an example of greed?
Mm, uh, B. Taking all the cookies in the cookie drawer for yourself.
Yeah, good job. All right. Oh, Leeson, are you back? Can you hear us? If you can't, please unmute and participate. Sorry, let's move on.
Okay. I think they're trying to get their mic figured out. Okay. The next one is the game, but because you did so well, we're actually ahead of schedule. So we're gonna use this extra time and learn about the parts of a story. Let
Okay.
me, okay, can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay. So here are the parts of the story. Oops. So the plot is everything that happens in a story, like the events, for example, the dog finding a bone, meeting the other dogs that are hungry, finding that cat, going home, and then losing the bone. Those are parts of the plot. So those are things that happen. And then the setting is where and when the story happens. So in our story here, it happens in a forest, I think, and then it's in the afternoon.
Oh
And
yeah.
characters are people in the story. So, Elena, who are some characters in the story?
Mm, the dog.
Dog? Okay, are there any other ones that you can think of?
Cat
Okay.
and other dog.
Okay, yeah, that's great. I think that's all of the characters in the story. And the conflict, the conflict is like the problem that the character has to solve. So what do you think the conflict of the story was?
The dog saw uh the dog saw the dog saw the another bone and he and it uh uh and his bone was gone.
Yeah, okay. So the problem there would be that the dog wanted to get home safe so that the other dogs didn't eat his bone. And
Yeah.
also would be that like the dog lost his bone. So those are problems in the story. And then the theme, which is also called the moral, I think we already talked about that. So what's the theme of the story?
Uh, the uh greedy is not uh don't to be greedy.
Okay.
Greedy.
Yeah, that's great. Okay.
All right,
Um,
so the plot has, or remember the plot is everything that happens in the story. So it has a beginning, the middle, and the end. So do you remember what happens in the beginning of that story?
Yeah. The dog find a the dog find a huge bone in the leaves.
Yeah. All right. Leighton, is your mic working now? All right. Um, so the oh hi Leighton. Leighton, could you explain the setting of the story we just read? And remember the setting is the time and place of the story. So like, um, Leighton, did you hear
um,
when we read the story?
Sorry.
It's all right. All right, Elena, could you explain to us the setting of the story then?
Uh, uh, in the like forest.
and remember that setting is both time and place. So the forest is the place, and what's the time?
Mm, uh, time. I don't know. But morning.
Yeah, they didn't actually tell us the time, so it's okay. In the pictures, it was the sun was out, so I'm guessing it's the afternoon. And what season do you think it was based on the pictures?
Mm,
because there were fallen leaves. So what season has a lot of fallen leaves?
I don't know.
So it would be fall or autumn, which is 秋天 in Chinese, because there's fallen leaves and the leaves are yellow, orange, and red. Do you want to do the rest of
Alright,
this?
so the middle would be like when the plot develops. So Leighton, do you want to try answering again? Do you remember an event that happened? Alright, Leighton, do you remember like just any event that happened? Like it doesn't have to be just from the middle.
I think he's just stuck on mute.
Alright.
He's like trying to mute it. Okay.
Alright, it's fine. Alright, Ellen, could you answer that question instead? Ellen? Ellen, are you here?
Yeah.
Could you give an example of a event in the middle of the story?
The dog, other dog want to get a, get a, get a bone. Also, they're hungry. They
Yeah,
want to bone.
yeah, good job. Listen, could you try unmuting your mic again, like you did last time? I think his mom is talking. Alright.
Yeah. I think they're trying to get the tech resolved. Okay, so the resolution. Um, so Elena, do you remember how the story ends?
Mm, yes.
Yeah.
The dog, the dog will speak Greek and he lost his huge bone.
Okay, that's great. So, right here it says how do the problems solve how do the characters solve the problem? So in fables like these, for example, Cinderella, Snow White, the characters usually have a happy ending, right? So, for example, do you remember what happened in Cinderella?
Yeah.
So, what happens at the end?
The dog said it was a not lucky day. He lost his bone.
No, in Cinderella, what was it in Chinese?
这
灰姑娘.
个
灰姑娘, yeah. So, do you remember what happens in the end of that story?
the prince and princess, uh, the prince and Cinderella, uh, the prince and Cinderella, live in live together.
Yeah. Yeah, so in that story, the prince, 灰姑娘, her name is Cinderella in English. So Cinderella leaves behind a glass slipper when she's running from the castle. And then the prince finds the slipper and finds Cinderella, and they get married and live happily ever after, right? So in
Yeah.
fables, they usually solve the problem. The characters usually solve the problem and have a happy ending. But in this book, the dog actually is sad at the end of the story. So that's a difference that this fable has from other fables. And here's a more in-depth description of setting. So once again, it's location, time of day, and it can also be a time of year for so like seasons and stuff like that. It can also be weather. So do you remember what weather it was in the story?
Uh, the weather
It
maybe.
doesn't say in the story itself, but it showed it in the pictures.
I don't know.
I can show you again. What weather do you think this was?
Mm,
Was it sunny, cloudy, rainy?
uh, sunny.
Sunny? Okay, yeah, I agree. I think it was sunny. So what weather do you think this picture right here is? Oops. What do you think
Mm,
this picture right here is? The one with the guy.
uh, snowy.
Okay, yeah, that's exactly what it's called. That's great. And then this right here is sunny. Uh, Elena, what's your favorite season?
Uh, winter.
Winter? Is it because of the snow?
Because I'm born in winter.
Oh, okay, that's great. Does it snow where you live?
Yeah,
Okay. Do you like the
in
snow?
November.
Hmm. Do you like the snow?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I like the snow too. I was born somewhere where it didn't snow, so I really like it when it does snow. Um, okay, so characters, Johan.
We have a new student joining us. All right. Can you hear us? All right. Anyway,
Yes.
so characters are the people or animals in the story. So in this case, it's animals, but any
Yeah.
like living could be a character. So the the story focuses around what the character thinks about, like what does the character want, what does the character need, how does the character do or get what they need, and how does it change? So, what did the dog want in the story, Elena?
Dog want the bone that in the water.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, and there's to describe characters, you use adjectives, such as nice, mean, quiet, loud, and lazy. So, what are some adjectives you would use to describe the dog?
Mm, uh, 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 nice.
Yeah, yeah, he was nice. What about like something from the vocabulary words?
Breed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Elena, do you have you learned about nouns and verbs and adjectives yet?
Uh, yeah.
Yeah. So, greed is a noun and greedy is an adjective. So you would use the word greedy to describe people instead of greed. Okay, that's just a little bit of a correction. Okay, so how would you describe Mickey Mouse?
Uh, I don't know.
Okay, I'll start off. I think he's pretty loud. Do you agree?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you think he's mean or nice?
Mm, nice.
Nice, I agree. Um, do you think? Oh, Mr. Luo, are you here? Okay, I think that's just his parents. Do you think he's lazy or energetic? Do you know what energetic means?
I don't know.
Okay, it means like 他有很多能量，他很活泼。
Oh,
Do you think he's lazy or energetic?
lazy.
Okay. What about Minnie Mouse? How would you describe her?
Mm, uh, cute,
Okay, that's a
nice.
good adjective. Okay, yeah, that's great. Um, let's move on to the conflict. So the conflict, once again, is the problem of the story. There's three main types of conflicts. So first one is man versus self, and this is like when a man. So usually in stories, for example, a lot of movies and shows, it's someone fighting someone, right? It's the main character fighting against someone else. What's your favorite show, Elena?
Mm, man with man have problem with other person.
Can you say that again?
Uh, two.
I haven't heard of that one, but so usually so the conflict of man versus man is when someone is fighting someone. Like for example, in a boxing match, that would be man versus man because someone's actually like fighting a person. And then man versus self is when someone is fighting against like something within himself. Uh, so for example, like it could be someone fighting their greediness. Like they want a lot of things, but they're trying to stop themselves from doing things to do that. And then the third one is man versus nature, which is like a man fighting against nature. So that could be things like earthquakes. That could be like a movie where people are trying to survive a tsunami wave. Do you know what a tsunami is?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it could be something like someone fighting against a tsunami wave and things like that. So what do you think our story was? What do you think the conflict in our story was when the dog dropped the bone and lost it?
It lost.
Say that again?
Mm,
Okay. It might be just I can't hear you very well. I think it's just my Wi-Fi. But I think it's man versus self because the dog lost his bone because of himself, because of his greediness. So I think that's the conflict because the dog isn't fighting against another dog in that picture, in that scene. Like he sees another dog, but that in the water, but that dog is really a reflection of himself. And then it's not really nature either. So I think it's self because he's fighting against his own greediness. Do you agree?
oh, yeah.
Okay. And this is the theme and lesson. So we already pretty much covered this a bunch of times. Once again, I think the theme was don't be greedy. And we
喂，
can we can go
打
on
电
to
话
the
你问
game
问
for
那
the
个阿
story.
姨多少钱，然后我跟她讲，问问她下午上课是几点到几点。她这边这个然后搞这个视频，都很多人在线，他们那个时间可以定时
So
定，
how this
他
game
们在线
works, I
看
don't
的
know
话
if we've
定
played it
下
before.
午。
So,
Um,
it's a new game that we are gonna start using
Good
for
enough.
now. It's called Word Bomb, and we will give you a part of a word like A, and you will come up
你到
with a
下午几
word
点到
that
几点？
contains
你帮我
it.
实现。
So it can
看一
be
下
at
他
the
们
in the
说话
beginning,
时
in the
间，
end, in the
下午到
middle.
下午2点半到4点，因为布朗英语是4点半。
So for example, if I give you A, you would say cat, or you could say like at, or something like that.
我帮布朗看看礼拜天给我，布朗礼拜天给我时间，看看吧。
Can you come up with a word with the word
I-
AT in it? Oh, the letters AT in it? Hey, Lena, are you having mic issues?
Oh yeah. At. Mm, uh, mm, I'm at now I'm at the shopping center.
Okay, that's great. You made a sentence with the word at, but the game is making a word with the letters AT in it. For example, cat, because it's CAT. Does that make more sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll do the next one as an example. So SH. What would be a word with SH? So for me, maybe fish. So FISH. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to try this one?
Uh, hand.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Okay, HAND. And just a word with the letter A in it.
Um, active.
Good. Good. All right. Letter with CH. Elena?
Church.
Oh, that's good.
That's a big word. Wow. Okay. What about TH?
Um, touch.
Sorry, say that again. Touch? Like to touch something?
Yeah.
Okay, that's spelled um that would be spelled
Oh yeah.
T-O, yeah.
Then.
Can you say that again?
Then. THEN.
THEN. Okay, okay, that's great. M-E?
Meat.
Meat. Okay, good.
Uh,
Okay, this is a challenging one. So do you know something with the word with the letters LL in it?
Uh, I don't know.
Yeah, okay. This is a really hard one. Because words usually don't start with the word LL. So this could be, for example, tell, T-E-L-L, or sell, S-E-L-L. Can you think of another one that's like that?
Mm, learning language.
That's an acronym. That's really creative. I'll take that. So that's like so learning languages. So they both start with an L, is what you're thinking, right?
Mm, I don't know.
Yeah, okay, we'll just move on to the next one. Yuhan?
word with OL. Elena?
Mm, uh,
This one's actually pretty hard. Um,
uh,
so you could use the new word we learned today, solid, SOLID.
oh, solid.
Yeah. There's also solve, SOLVE, or like color, COLOR. Okay. Right.
Okay.
Mm,
I don't think I can do this one, but can you give it a try?
uh, can I put these two letter away, like
Yeah,
and
sure.
You
Put
could,
ready?
letters between them, yeah.
yeah, that works. Or you could like put a letter in front and make like cry or like dry or like fry. Yeah. Yeah, ready? Ready is creative. Right.
Mm,
Okay, yeah.
Next slide, please.
You could also use story, which is what we were learning about today. Because it's STORY. And GE, I mean. Can you come up with a word that starts with that or that has that?
ready. Read.
That would be
Greedy? Okay, good.
GR. Okay.
We can put letters between them. Okay, OM.
Uh, like
You can put
mm,
letters in before it.
come
So what would
come
come? Great, great. Um, what would be mama in English?
come. Uh,
Okay. I was thinking of the word mom, MOM. That would also work.
oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And ER?
Uh, 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 player.
Player? That's great. That's a really big word. I think there's just a couple more. IR, do you know any?
Mm, I, uh, I don't know.
Okay. Do you know the word for like 先生 in English?
Yeah.
Weston,
Oh,
do you?
Lita, are you here? Hello, Lita? Um,
Yeah.
Ethan, do you know a word with the letters IR in it?
No. No.
Alright, so you can like add one in front and add one behind it. You still not think of anything? Alright, it's okay if you don't. Uh, Elena, can you think of something?
Okay. I was just talking to her about so Shenshen in English would be sir.
Oh,
So when you want to like address someone, like maybe your teacher, it'd be like sir. You know, you call them sir. So that would be a word. It would be spelled S-I-R.
oh, I know, I know.
Yep, okay. That's great.
OU?
Uh,
Oil. Loud.
Yeah. Yeah, good job. That actually works. Uh, good job, Ethan. IL? If you know, you can just say it. Elena, do you know any words that contain IL?
IL, milk.
Yeah, good job.
Good job. Liton, can you think of
Uh,
anything? No? Okay. Oh, that's it. Okay. So the homework for next week is to use one of the vocabulary words that we got from this story in a sentence. Um,
Oh,
Elena already did all of them in a sentence, so maybe she could come up with a different one with a
okay,
different sentence for one of the words for
uh,
next week.
you go back
okay.
to the page, the
Oh
vocabulary
yeah.
words.
So any one of these words.
Oh yeah, Leighton, for next week, please try to come up with a sentence with one of these words. Right. So that's it for this lesson. We are out of time. Right, thank you everyone for coming.
Yep.
Class is
Have a good
dismissed.
week, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye.